Well, another day has passed, still isolating myself. But one thing I've learned while isolating is you have a lot of time to think. And one of the things I've been thinking about is, karma is a bitch. I think about how since Trump became president, how the country's been so divided. And I thought about how, we wanted to build a wall and keep all these undesirables from coming over to this country, and how we put people in cages down on the border. And then now I look at the world and I'm like, it's kind of like we're in cages. You know, Karma has really come back on us. We put ourselves in cages in order to protect ourselves, and we put other people in cages in order to protect ourselves. Kind of ironic. We build walls, we are prejudiced towards other people, but things like viruses, they can go over walls, around walls, through walls. It doesn't matter. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that maybe the coronavirus, number one, we were so divided before. The coronavirus is kind of forcing us to become one nation again, because it doesn't matter if you're a red hat, you're a blue hat, it doesn't matter. Anybody can get this. And it can kill anybody. It doesn't matter your political affiliation. And then also it's pointing out how horrible our healthcare system is. America always loves to say that we're the greatest nation, but we're seeing how ill prepared we really were when coming into face to face with this coronavirus. We didn't have the supplies. We don't have the capacity. We're having to build field hospitals, in parks or in tennis courts or on basketball stadiums or whatever. The thing about it is this is where we need something like Medicare for all, because people say, well, if I like my medical insurance through my employer. Well, how much insurance do you have when all of these businesses are going broke and everybody's getting laid off? Do you have your insurance now? You don't have your job, you don't have a paycheck, and you don't have your insurance. So things like the coronavirus point out how screwed up our system is. If you had Medicare for all, then if you lost your job, it wouldn't matter. There's a lot of industries that are going to disappear. Restaurants, small businesses that are going to disappear. And all those people that had health insurance and things, they're not going to have that anymore. It's going to go bye-bye. So what are you going to say now? Maybe that Medicare for all might have been a good idea. So, the coronavirus also, a thing that I think is kind of a positive thing from it, is how it's killing the fracking industry. Oil prices, this has kind of like been the perfect storm. Oil prices have dropped out. I live in Texas. When I was coming back from New Mexico 2 weeks ago, I drove from Carlsbad down through Pecos, and you go right through the oil fields, the fracking fields out there, and it was dead. It's dying. Like, the rigs were down. There wasn't a lot of traffic as there normally is. And now, I think people don't realize the fracking industry is built on debt. The United States is built on debt. The coronavirus is pointing that out. It's like the coronavirus is like taking a magnifying glass at America and saying, look, this is who you really are. You think you have a lot of money, you think you have your shit together, but you don't. And that's what's happened now. Maybe the coronavirus will kill the fracking industry. Oil prices have dropped out of the bottom. Businesses are going to go broke. They're going to lay off. all of your health care. You're going to want that Medicare for all if you worked in the oil industry in the next couple of months, because that's all going to go bye-bye. Here I am in Texas. I live down on the coast, Corpus Christi, Houston, Galveston, Bay City, places like that houses are going to be all over the market, because once the oil prices drop out, and then with the coronavirus on top of that, it's going to be debt build up and then crush. And people don't seem to realize it. It's like when things are going good, everybody's like spend. And now I think about all these people out there that are going out and buying these $70,000 trucks and have $1,100, $1,200 a month car payments. And they're all going, oh, that was a bad idea. These people that go out and, do all these crazy things. Oh, I got to get the newest iPhone. I got to get the newest MacBook. Yeah, that was a bad idea, wasn't it? Now you ain't got nothing. Luckily, my family, we're smart. We saved. I got $75,000 in the bank right now. I've been off of work since March the 6th, and I'm cool. I could be off for months. I was doing our finances last night, and I was looking at it. If I wanted to, I could. I don't have to go back to work for 2 years. I could live off my money now for 2 years, over 2 years, because I don't have hardly any debt, and I don't live an extraordinary life where I got to be out there, impressing everybody. So I wanted to. I could lock myself in this room for 2 years and be fine. Plenty of food and pay my bills and watch HBO and make videos because I get bored. But I think this coronavirus is, number one, it's pointing out how America, your health care is great when you have a job. Now that you don't have a job, oh crap. You see people out there living paycheck to paycheck. But these same people that live paycheck to paycheck, they got freaking 2019 brand new freaking Dodge or Ford or Chevy pickup that cost $60,000, half of a house. They got iPhones and MacBooks and all this stuff, and they're just living by the skin, by the skin of their freaking fingernails, and just But that's America, and I think this coronavirus is putting America under a magnifying glass. You're losing your job now. Well, there goes your health care. When your restaurant that you work for goes under forever, because of coronavirus, now what are you going to do? We're going to go into a recession. Some saying worse than 2008. And I was around in 2008. I remember that. It was a pain in the butt. But people don't care. And I think maybe the coronavirus is going to show that, hey, maybe you need to care. Maybe you need to think. Maybe you need to, stop being such a consumer, And another thing that I think is funny, I was at the grocery store yesterday, and there was this lady, and she was buying like a freaking couple of, like a whole cart full of milk. And I was thinking, okay, well, you can freeze some of that, but what are you going to do with 20 gallons of milk? That's not going to last for, it's going to go bad. People are so stupid. There's still, water and toilet paper out there. You got to find it. That's the problem. I look at it as kind of like a hunt. I go out and look, I'm like, ooh, toilet paper, ooh, water, it's kind of exciting to me. And then the other thing I think is funny is all these crazy people going out and buying guns. You see it on the news, like all these people lined up to buy guns. You're going to shoot the virus, but they go, no. It's when everything drops out, and then, I got to fight off people. If it gets that bad, dude, I can't see it getting that bad. But then the other thing that I think is interesting is there's this aircraft carrier out there, with 5,000 sailors on it that is stuck out in the ocean they're all sick, It's like this coronavirus has totally crippled us. You think you're big and badass, America thinks we're a big badass. The coronavirus crippled us. It could cripple our military, and we would not be able to do anything. We would be stuck. We think as human beings, we think we're so powerful. We're not powerful. We're not. A little teeny virus can wipe out our entire society. Do you understand that? as human beings, we're so arrogant. We think that we're just the end all be all. You know, it's our job to control this planet. We don't control anything. It's all make believe. It's all fake. You think you control, you don't control nothing. It's all fake. The microbiotic world is our masters. They could kill us in a heartbeat and we could do nothing about it. You know, I'm just waiting, you know, for this virus, you know, to morph into something more deadly. You know, viruses change all the time. You know, evolution, they change all the time. And this thing could morph into something and the death rate could go up to 50% or higher. Look at the Black Plague that wiped out 1/3 of the population of Europe. You know, it just takes one change. Wait till this virus, you know, it's a new virus. Wait till it starts getting introduced to antibiotics and how's it going to react to that? You know, viruses are alive and they have defense systems just like we do. You know, it may get exposed to this new malaria drug or, you know, Z-Paks and things like that. And it may say, well, hey, you know, this stuff is killing me, so I need a switch. And then it could switch into something way more deadly. A lot of times, you know, they'll switch and they'll go weaker, but you never know. Also, what, you know, I think is also kind of interesting is we, you know, I know a lot of people that were so political now, they're not even thinking of that, you know. It's like they totally forgot about that. It's all focused on the virus. And it's funny, it's like politics, all of it, it's just a game. It's just something that we use as entertainment to distract ourselves from everyday life. You know? I think the thing about it is like the virus, in order to make people actually pay attention to it, you know, I think people are finally starting to do that. Because viruses, you can't see them and you don't really, you know, it needs to be something like this black fog floating in the sky, and then you're like, oh crap, that's the virus over there, I need to stay away from it. But, you know, we can't see it. And I think also that it's showing, you know, we become such a society where we live in cities, you know, and then you see places like New York and Los Angeles where it's really doing its number. And this way our society has morphed to where we live in cities now, right on top of one another, it's a bad idea. You know, we are surrounded by one another. There's no place to hide, and it's just the virus can just jump from person to person to person to person to person, and it doesn't care what color you are, doesn't care your sexual orientation, doesn't care anything. It just says, person, you're a petri dish. I can survive. I can reproduce. I can make more viruses, and I like it. And then there it goes. So it's really, and I like how also, you know, even the elites are being affected by this. You know, they're shutting down, you know, movies. They're shutting down productions of movies and things like that. And these rich people are like going, oh shit. You know, they're shutting down concerts. They're shutting down all this stuff. It's like everybody's affected. It doesn't matter your status in life. You're affected. And I like that. You know, I think it's funny that a lot of celebrities are getting this. I'm like, good. You know, this is not a class thing. This is not a, you know, oh, I'm better than you, so I'm protected. No, anybody can get it. You know, Tom Hanks, I love that guy. He's a great actor, but he got it. You know, you're seeing, you know, famous people, you're seeing poor people, you're seeing everybody get it. So I think it's interesting. I end up, you know, I like stuff like this. I know a lot of people panic, but I've always been a weird person, you know. Like I used to always tell people, I'm like from like the Joker, you know, where, you know, Alfred tells Bruce Wayne, you know, some men just like to watch the world burn. And I'm that type of person. Like, I am excited by this. Like, I love to get up in the morning and I turn on the news and I'm just, you know, it's like I don't want to see people die, but I like to see the panic. I like it. It's exciting. It's like fun to me. I just like to see the world burn. I like to see people taken out of their comfort zone. I like to see people freak out. You know, I love to watch the, you know, the people on, you know, the like Fox Business and stuff, and they're all like freaking out, like, oh my God, the Dow dropped another 700 points, and oil prices are this, and oh my God, the housing market, and I just laugh. I think it's funny. I like it. I like chaos. I do. You know, like the Joker says, you know, I'm an agent of chaos. I like chaos. I like seeing people freak out. I think it's funny. I love like, like I was watching a while ago that they were talking about gold is dropping out. Like, gold prices are dropping. And I'm thinking about all those people that are like, they used to always say, oh, if the dollar ever drops, I'm going to buy gold. Gold don't work in this economy anymore. Gold, 70, 80 years ago, yeah, it would have been a good investment. Now it's not. Nobody's, what are you going to do? You want to eat gold? Who takes gold? It's getting to the point now where they don't even want to take money because they're worried about the coronavirus. They tell you to use your card all the time. Nobody's going to accept gold. You ain't going to go to Walmart and buy water and toilet paper with gold. It's so stupid. And then like people are like, all these preppers are be like, oh, well, I was prepping and all this stuff. And I was ready for this. Like I said, I actually like going and looking for water and toilet paper and stuff. And I found it. It's not like I'm without toilet paper or water. I found it, plenty of it. But, I don't freak out. I like the chaos. I like to see people freak out. I like to see people uncomfortable. It's fun for me. I think that you really see the true nature of people. People that act tough and talk tough. And then when this stuff like this happens, man, they shit their pants. They're like, I gotta go get a gun, I gotta get water, I gotta go get toilet paper, we're all gonna die. I think it's exciting. Like, I would love for the zombie apocalypse to happen. I think that would be fun as hell. I like chaos. It just, maybe I'm a psychopath, but I like it. It's exciting to me. I like it when things are going crazy. It makes the world more interesting. But anyway, I think a lot of people are just going to freak out. Jobs are going to go away. But like I said, if you had Medicare for all, you wouldn't have to worry about your insurance going away once your business closed down forever, and all these frackers and oil field workers and people that work at restaurants. And one of the things I was thinking about, people that work, like, I feel sorry for all the strippers. Man, that's got to be the hardest job. Talk about, can't do your job because of social distancing. Well, strippers, I bet they're out there. Them dollar bills can only go so far. But it's interesting. I find this all interesting, and I'm excited about it. I want to see it all like just go down. I like it. I like it a lot. But well, this is David, Zoe Zizzles, just sitting here thinking about stuff. It's all exciting. I'm just waiting, and I don't even blame Trump supporters. I don't even really blame Trump, I just look at it as like nature. It's just nature. This is, we're animals, human beings. Like I said before, I think we're just arrogant, and we don't realize that, all our bombs and all our missiles and all our bullets and all our intelligence, something 10 billionth our size could just wipe us out. It's just, we're really weak. Our lives are very fragile, and we don't even realize it. That we have no real control over anything. It's all an illusion. Money's an illusion. Power's an illusion. Safety is an illusion. This virus is like I said, maybe it'll change. Maybe it'll change the world. Maybe it'll make us focus more on environmental issues. Once the oil industry crashes, maybe we'll focus more on, hey, because the oil industry is so hedged and everything. It's all about debt. And now when all these businesses go broke because fracking's down the toilet, they'll go, well, instead of I lost my shirt, I financed all these oil wells and now they all went broke, so I never got paid back. So instead of investing my money in that, maybe I'll invest it in, electric cars and solar energy. It's a good thing. This coronavirus could lead to a change where maybe people will be like, more focused on the environment and more focused on, living more frugally and not being so indebted and just crazy, and, realize that, hey, even though we have political differences, A virus like this can affect anybody. Doesn't matter, like I said, what color your hat is. Red or blue. Doesn't matter. So, like I said, I'm excited. I'm going to keep watching the news. Every time I see something else pops up. And like I said, I don't like to see people die. But I enjoy the panic. I do. Just something weird about me. I like to see people freak out. I don't want people to die. I don't want people to suffer. But I like to see people taken out of their comfort zones. To me, I find that, I don't know, exciting. So this is David, Zoe Zizzles. Make sure you like and subscribe. Have a good one. Bye.